Hey, it's Friday sessions, and today we're going to be doing some chair restoratives. So if you are at work in a chair or at a desk, these poses, these movements will help to calm, smooth out your energy, relax you, and hopefully get you more into the zone of getting work done. Rejuvenation and rest are so important in between busy schedules and busy days and workouts and efforting in our bodies. It's so important to give our bodies, our nervous systems, our brains time to recover so that we come back stronger and fully able to participate in the day. So we'll take 10 or 15 minutes to restore and feel great going into today. Let's begin by sitting back in a chair if you have a chair. And we'll fold forward just slightly. So I'm going to slide my elbows out to my knees so that I'm perched over my thighs. I'm still going to give a little lift to my spine so that I don't feel like I'm putting a lot of pressure on my back. If you have a desk in front of you, you could even put your elbows on your desk and rest your forehead on your elbows. But here, if your elbows are on your knees, just let your head hang down. And then gently sway your head and slowly sway your head right to left, left to right. So the perch of the elbows underneath the shoulders helps to keep the chest lifted and the collarbones open. And with that support beneath us, then we can let the head hang and the back of the neck gets a stretch. And then come back to center and just take a breath there with your head hanging. Gently pull your shoulders down your back. Soften your face. And we'll start to peel up. You can roll through the spine and let the hands kind of graze against the thighs as you come right. Good. And now for a little gentle twist, a similar position to what we were just in. We'll take the left elbow and put it on top of the left thigh and angle the chest over toward the right. Then if you have a back on your chair, it might be nice to kind of circle that arm around, the right arm around behind you, and just rest it on the back of your chair. Maybe there's a rail or something you can very gently hold on to without creating a lot of tension in the wrists or the hands. Remember, we're going for relaxation so that next time we need to use our hands to write, to type, that we have that full power restored. So just a very gentle turn here. Allow the right shoulder to drift back in space. And then with the head and the neck, look in any direction that feels good, feels relaxed around your neck. So maybe that's down over your left shoulder. Or maybe that's off on an angle to the right. But we won't do that full twist of the chin over the right shoulder today, just to stay in this zone of relax, rejuvenate. Take a deep breath. And then come upright slowly. Recalibrate back at center. And then switch to the second side, right elbow to the right thigh. So you lean forward on that diagonal, kind of like we did before. No rounding or hunching in the back. Feel like you can lift the chest without a whole lot of effort. And then that left arm will allow it to reach, and I'm just draping it over the chair back behind me so that there's a little traction for my twist, but I don't have to apply a lot of effort. From the center of your chest, rotate off to the left. Notice if you're straining to hold the head in any particular place, and find a place where the neck can relax. Notice your breathing here, giving you insight into how you're feeling today. Just observe the pattern of your breath. Take one more deep breath here and this twist to the left. And then slowly come upright. Rest your hands on your thighs. Feel the body turn back to its center. Next, we're gonna go for that deeper forward fold. So start to slide your hands out on your thighs, and you may choose to stop here again, elbows on the knees, if that feels like a good stretch for your spine. If you want to continue down, you can start to rest your belly and your chest on your thighs or between your thighs. And let the knees pin the front of the shoulders back. Let your arms straight to the outside of the legs so that we don't compress in the chest at all. And then let your head go. Completely let your skull hang. Let your brain hang. And you'll feel the firmness of the feet on the floor beneath you, just holding you, supporting you gently, without the need for any effort. Naturally, the weight of the hips and the pelvis will anchor back. Again, no need for muscular engagement there. Just feel your seat against your chair. And see if here you can elongate your breath a little bit. Feel the breath massaging through the back body. The back of the lungs inflate to the back ribs. The head, the hips, the feet, the hands become heavier with every exhale. One more full inhale and complete exhale. We'll come up slowly by bringing the hands or the elbows to the knees, and then use the arm strength to push up super slowly, having the head below the heart. You might be a little lightheaded. So when you come upright, if you're feeling a little off, take your hands, just let them rest. Ground the crown of the head down toward the seat. Good. If the hands came up, go ahead and release them down into your lap. Now we're going to use the back of the chair again. So I have a little ridge over the back of my seat. You might have something similar. If you don't, I'll give you an option for that too. If you can lean back over your chair, see if you can position your seat so that the chair back comes right to the back of the heart space, and you can lay back over it, kind of like a supported fish pose. And then you can let your arms dangle down by your sides, and you'll notice that my shoulders start to wrap around the edges of my chair there. If you need to swing your arms over the back of your chair, go ahead and do that so that the heart and the chest are lifted and opening. That feels pinchy on your low back at all. Draw your belly button in. Don't go so deep. Remember, we don't want to feel like we're pushing or forcing in any of these postures today. We want to feel like we can completely give in to the poses. So if you don't have a back on your chair that you can lean into like this, then interlace your fingers around the base of your skull, right at the back of your neck, and let your elbows go out wide. You will need to sit upright for this, but the hammock of the hands will catch the full weight of the head, so you can really allow the head to lay back. And you'll feel this stretch slightly differently than the one where you're leaning back over the chair, but the idea is the same, that we're blossoming open, throat, heart, ribs, lungs, and just taking a few deep breaths. Heart openers like this are energizing. So in these restorative poses, not only do we want to calm and smooth the energy, we want to redistribute it. So we don't want to come out of this class feeling sluggish and tired, but we want to feel like we have the right balance of energy to approach the day. Breathe in and breathe out. Go ahead and release that position. Come to a nice tall spine. Feel the rebound effect for a moment. And then we're going to do a little more twisting work, and this is kind of some dynamic movement, but let's allow it to be really flowy and soft. Scoot forward to the edge of your chair. Keep your feet underneath your knees so that you've got a stable position. Bring your right knee up, lift your right foot off the floor, and reach your left hand to grab the front of that knee. Take your right hand behind you and just gently float it out. And then switch with the right foot down, pick the left knee up, hold the knee with the right hand, reach the right arm back. And then you just move side to side with as little effort, with as little constriction as possible. Doesn't even have to be rhythmic. Let it be very organic. One more time to each side. You'll notice these aren't your deepest twists. We're just inviting that redistribution of energy up and down the spine. Back to center. Just like you did a moment ago, pull your right knee up, lift your right foot off the floor, and then hook your right ankle over your left thigh. You might need to widen your left foot out a little bit. I did, so that I feel like I've got a broad foundation. And then sit up nice and tall. You can just slide your hands down your thighs and gently push your thigh bones away from you. That's option one. Stay there if that feels really good. Option two is to bring those elbows down to your thighs again, like we started with. This time that right elbow against the inner right knee will assist in a little opening, a little external rotation, so that it's a release for your outer hip and low back. Option three, if you're feeling warm in your body today and you're very flexible around the hips and this doesn't put any pressure on the spine, you might bring the arms forward of the shin and fold down, fingertips to the floor. But even this morning, that's a lot for early in the morning. So if that feels like too much at all, remember, dial it back this morning. We want to restore, not push beyond. Let's switch. Use an inhale to come upright. Release that right ankle, and we'll swap it out for the left. Left foot picks up, cross the outer left ankle over the right thigh. Sit up nice and tall and slide your hands along your thighs. Feel your thigh bones lengthen forward, out away from your body. And you might stay right here. That might be the place where you feel like you can rest and absorb the most. Or bring your elbows to your thighs. Or reach forward, fingertips toward the floor. This feels just right in the middle today for me. So the breath will aid in the relaxation as well. Notice the breath, the exhalations. Notice that maybe now, after a few of these restorative postures, that the pace of the breath has slowed down, and maybe it feels like the world around you has slowed down. Now you can keep time, you can keep in step with everything you've got going on today. We'll inhale to come up and release that left foot down to the ground. And take your right ear over your right shoulder with your spine still perfectly vertical. Reach your left arm out to the side. So right away, maybe like me, you feel a stretch down through the delts, down even into your forearm. Just hang out here for a moment. Take a couple sweeping breaths up that left arm. And if you want to, add some wrist circles. Good. Bring your left arm down, bring your head up through center, and switch. Left ear over left shoulder, right arm reaches away. Notice right off the bat, there's sensation to explore. And you can experiment with that sensation by wiggling the fingers or rolling the wrist or lengthening out through the arm a little more. Good. Bring that right hand back down and the head back up through center. Just very gently shake the head no. And shake the head yes. Affirming this flow of energy. All right, head back through center, and we're going to cap this all off with a little breathing exercise. We're going to inhale a sharp, short inhale, 3 counts through the nose. We'll retain the breath for a count of 5. And then a nice oozing exhale for a count of 5. So it's in through the nose, retain, out through the mouth. All right. So that strong inhalation is going to pull the energy into the body, and then we're going to smooth it out with the exhale. Let's begin. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. Strong inhale. Retain. Exhale. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. One more big, strong inhale. Retain. Exhale. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me.